Hello everyone, here at Falmouth Dock Station, and obviously a much smaller station than it will have been in its heyday, but the one platform gets the train in, gets the train out, so don't knock it when it works. Yeah, I've just come down from Truro and we've had a little look at the Maritime Line. So I'm going to whisk you back now to Truro and you can have a look at the line yourself, and I'll catch you back up here because I'm off now to have a look at a castle. The approach to Truro along this viaduct always gives a great view of the city and its lovely cathedral. But now it's time to leave my Class 158 DMU for the walk up to the little bay platform at the western end of the station, where I'll be catching the train to Falmouth. And here comes my GWR Class 150 two-car DMU. It's one of two sets that will be running the half-hourly service on the line today. The journey down to Falmouth docks takes just 24 minutes, hence 2 units can comfortably keep this schedule all day long. Going on board, these units are all standard class and the seats have been recovered fairly recently in the GWR grey moquette, so perfectly adequate for what is really just a shuttle service. As for the route, well, we'll depart Truro before joining the branch line proper at Penwithers Junction. After that, the northern half of the line is done non-stop through to Penryn, as Perranwell station does not get a full service. If all goes well, at Penryn we'll pass our sister unit running the northbound service. After that, there'll be just 2 more stops at Penmere and Falmouth Town before we get to the terminus at Falmouth Docks. As I said earlier, we are scheduled to complete the nearly 12 miles in just 24 minutes, giving an average speed of a shade under 30 miles per hour. The Cornwall Railway built the line from Plymouth to Truro in 1859, with intentions to continue the line to Falmouth to link with packet ships that departed for Europe, Africa and America. However, the Falmouth line required 6 viaducts and 2 tunnels, and so it did not open until 1863. Sadly, by then, packet ship services from Falmouth docks had been discontinued. One of those viaducts is the imposing Carnan Viaduct. Now, originally a timber viaduct supported on masonry pillars, it was completely rebuilt in 1933 for the Great Western Railway. Further on, Ponsanooth Viaduct is also a 1930s replacement for the original wood and masonry structure. Investment in 2008 and 2009 brought Penryn back to being 2 platforms and a loop, which enables this 30-minute schedule that we have today. Interestingly though, the 2 current platforms are continuous along the east side of the line. It is an unusual layout, but it does remove the need for passengers to cross the line at the station. Falmouth is very much a university town. There's a large campus here at Penryn for both Falmouth and Exeter universities. Whilst in Falmouth itself there's more facilities that can show a lineage all the way back to the 1902 Falmouth College of Art. College Wood was the last timber viaduct to be replaced on the line in 1934. And with its 11 arches, it's also the longest. Next up is Penmere, although the period-style signage refers to it as Penmere Platform. Well, whatever you may call it, it is beautifully kept. A real credit to the Friends of Penmere, who I notice have an information board on the platform. Falmouth Town is both the newest and the busiest station on the line, having been built in 1970 when the line down to the dock station was closed. Mind you, that didn't last long, as dock station reopened in 1975. It takes just 4 minutes to complete our journey to here at Falmouth Dock Station. Now, in the past, just before the station, a line would have peeled off for the actual dockside, but now there's very little evidence of this. Let's just hang around for a couple of minutes to wave our 150 goodbye on its return trip. Then we can go and have a look at Pendennis Point and its fortifications. Well, here's the sign pointing me towards Pendennis Castle, and here's a map showing the route of all the footpaths that you can take around the point. Well, there's certainly not much parking demand here at the station. Anyway, let's climb the stairs and start our walk. At the top of Pendennis Rise we get a pretty good view of the natural harbour of Falmouth and also the shipyards below, which maintain both civilian and military craft. The Pendennis shipyard is in fact noted for the manufacture of super yachts. Turning away from the dock, there's our old friend the South West Coast Path. We'll stay on this side of the road for a bit first, where we'll get just a glimpse of the top of the castle building itself. Mind you, it's not ideal walking beside the road, but a bit further down there's another crossing where I can get onto the South West Coast Path. Yep, and here it is. So let's just follow the path and see what we can see. Well, every now and again there's gaps in the trees, which is very pleasing indeed. Soon I come upon the Crab Key Battery, which of course commands an excellent view across the shipping lanes for all those wanting to enter or exit the harbour. The battery itself was made redundant in 1906, but its role was reprised during the Second World War when 2 guns were sighted here in order to take out any German torpedo boats entering the bay.
And I think the ferry's over there just on its way back into Falmouth. As we track round, there's St Maur's where the ferry runs to and from.
There's lots of lovely and quite accessible inlets along here, so I'm not surprised to find quite a lot of fishing taking place both on and off the water. There's quite a big car park at Pendennis Point, as you're treated to pretty much a 270-degree vista. The aerial photo here illustrates this peninsula very well indeed. This really is a very pleasant spot to have a mooch around to enjoy the views, and oh, there's also an ice cream cellar too. So that's a cue for a short break in recording. Now across the road at the point is the track up to the Coast Guard station, and beyond that the remains of the Half Moon Battery, which still features a number of guns for people to explore. I, though, shall be climbing up behind the battery to join what is called the Moat Walk. Now, I think we can all guess why it's called that.
So as the name suggests, the Moat Walk is, well, walking along the moat, and that should take me all along this side of the castle, and then I'll be able to drop down to the dock station again.
All we'll see today are these little glimpses of the castle itself, which was built as an artillery fort in the reign of Henry VIII in 1542. As I have neither the funds nor the time to investigate the castle and its grounds further, we'll have to leave it at that. Anyway, here's the charming gatehouse, along with its less charming list of entrance fees. The western side of the peninsula comes into view at the bottom of the hill, giving us a lovely vista along Castle Beach. However, I'm going to stay high here and cut across back to the dock station, which should be just down this road and then up to the right. And yes, there's a railway bridge, so we're nearly back to complete the loop. And I get back to the station at 3:30, so there's plenty of time before my 15:45 train. That means there's also time to have a closer look at this wonderful mosaic. Now, I've no idea who made this or why it's here, so do let me know in the comments if you've more information. And our chariot for the return to Truro is 150244 this time. If I sit on the other side, then on the way back we can just have a quick look at the different views you can get out of that side of the train. Incidentally, there is a group of people who got on at Falmouth town. I think they just know that the train's going to reverse fairly quickly, and so they decide, well, we may as well just sit on the train while it does that rather than wait on the platform and then maybe not get the seat we want. I don't think the guard minds. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this little exploration of the Maritime Line from Truro down to Falmouth docks, and also a little look around Pendennis Point itself. And if you have, then do give it a like, and if you haven't already, do consider subscribing to the channel so that you get to see more videos like this. Also, if you fancy early access to videos and extra taster videos and posts, then why not sign up to be a channel member like these lovely people scrolling by on the bottom of the screen. Anyway, as we roll into Truro, I'd just like to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Oh, and if you're interested in Cornish branch lines, then how about looking at this one, where I go down on the branch line to Loo.